You ever wondered how they catch monkeys? I gave it a lot of thought this morning, so I looked it up. What they do is they get a coconut and they take the top of the coconut off and they pour out the liquid that's inside the coconut, and then they drop peanuts into the coconut and they nail the coconut onto a log, and then the men go away. Now the monkeys come. Monkeys are very greedy, and they see the coconut. They walk up to the coconut and they look down into the open top and they see that there's a bunch of peanuts in this coconut. So they reach in with their hand and they grab the peanuts. Then they try to pull out their hand, and here's where the problem occurs. The monkey can't get his hand out of the coconut because it's got the peanuts and he's got this fist and it's too big to fit through the hole. Monkeys are not the brightest of creatures, but they do know one thing: they want all those peanuts. And they know if they open their hand, the peanuts will drop out of their hands and they won't have any peanuts. So, pondering this perplexing problem, the monkeys just sat there, holding their peanuts in their hand, stuck inside the coconut, which is nailed onto the log. And then the bad and ugly men come back with clubs. I don't want you to know what happens next. You know, businesses today, as we leave the U.S. economy and head into this worldwide mega giant corporation economy, they're a little like the monkeys with their hand in the coconut. They really are. See, they want all of the businesses and they gobble them up. They don't like competition. Some of them are real shrewd. They buy other companies but never change their name. Then competition for them is good because they're competing one against the other and they are the others. But overall, for us, the peasants, it's really not good, because what it means is that when there's no competition, which is one of the things, by the way, that makes us a free country, is you can have competition, but they've set up laws so you can't really do that. It's a nice theory, but it's not something you can put in practice. These corporations are just like the monkeys, greedy, and they got their hand in the coconut, and mark my word, one of these days something very ugly is going to happen. On an earlier video, I discussed dominoes falling. That's what's happening here. The dominoes are starting to fall. Have you checked the price of meat recently? How about the price of milk? In the past week, it's gone up 33.5% here in the Northwest. The dominoes are starting to fall one by one. It's like an airplane in a dive, this economy of ours. You know, an airplane gets 5 spins when it starts into a spiraling dive. After 5 spins, it's probably going straight into the ground because the pilot cannot pull up on the aileron because the strength of the wind coming over the back of the tail is so strong that he'll bend the yoke and the stick before he can pull that plane out of a dive. I hate to say it, but I think our economy is starting into a spin. This week I saw a fascinating story. There's a man living in the Midwest who built for his dog a house out in the backyard. It has bay windows. It has a big curved sofa. It has a color TV set and an air conditioner, all for that doggy. The doggy's living the life of luxury. But am I just weird? I can't help but wonder, if he loves the dog so much, there's already a curved sofa, maybe even a plasma TV set in the house. You know what? I'll bet you that dog would rather lay in the house at the feet of his master than he would like to lay out on his curved sofa next to his air conditioner watching Days of Our Lives on a TV set. What's wrong with people today? Other exciting news on the television this week. A senator, a United States senator, a Republican, is caught in a restroom involved in a gay sex act. Whoa. You know, we have a war in Iraq. American boys are being killed. Our borders are being invaded every day. There are people that want trucks now to be able to travel unchecked across the U.S. border and into the United States. They think this will be good for the economy. I don't know. I'm thinking there's things like illegal immigrants. How about the safety on the truck? Does it have brakes? What about trucks loaded with drugs coming into the United States? I see a problem with this. I'm not even thrilled with the idea of a highway running from Mexico up through Canada to the shores of Alaska. But the news is concerned about this senator. And I'm concerned too. You know, I don't care what people do in their bedrooms. That's their business. Not my place to deal with those people. I sleep with a dog. Well, let's not even go there. I don't want people criticizing me. But I don't do things in public restrooms with my dog. I don't care whether they're straight, gay, bisexual, or if they have sex with goats. They shouldn't be doing it in a public restroom. But it's not, it's not the world's greatest crime. It's nothing like that war and that kind of thing. But out of it came some interesting things. I want to make sure I get the word correct that I heard on the news yesterday. They started the story by telling us how the Republicans are the Christian party. And I watched some Republican politicians talking about how the flag and the cross are blended together in one beautiful picture. And then he said something that really got my attention. He said, it's an unforgivable act. What? Unforgivable act? Where does that come from? It bothers me, these would-be Christians. I don't want to get on the soapbox, but that isn't Christian what you said, you doof. Our Father, the basic prayer of all Christians. Remember, it comes in bursts. Boom, boom, boom. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. It really teased me off. You're no Christian. Stop saying you are. Shame on you. You exposed, you tipped your hand. I don't like mixing politics and religion. I'm Catholic. My church is 2,000 years old. Back around 1690, 1700, we had some very serious problems, and we learned our lesson then about mixing the church and the state together. It doesn't work out. That's what's wrong in Iraq. We're mixing religion and politics. They're mixing religion and politics. Kaboom! Nuclear bomb! That's what's going to happen. If you will excuse me.
Reap, reap, gonna reap the fruit of the seed that you've been sowing. What you gonna say to the Lord that day when he asks what you've been growing? Will you say hope is a growing, that's what I planted. Hope is a growing, that's what I planted. Started spreading all around, watched it fill this little town. Yes, hope is a growing here.